going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of Game Time at the Movies. I'm Robert Pallas alongside my co-host, Abraham Trevino. What's going on, man?
What's up?
Not much, man. Can't believe we're already starting week 2 of the NFL. Once it comes, it's week to week to week to week, and we're bang, 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 go.
Yeah.
Week 1 was super enjoyable for me. I don't know about you. I had a lot of fun this weekend watching all the games, almost all weekend, right? Because there was that Friday game on YouTube. But just a lot of stuff going on right now. We're in full fall season. A lot of stuff to get to today.
Definitely a lot of NFL. I know we're going to switch it around. I know you mentioned you wanted to do that.
Keep it fresh for the audience.
Yeah, so we're going to talk NFL. We don't have any really good, well, not good, but we don't have any college stuff right now this week, so we'll have some next week for you guys. Right now, we're just going to dive into the NFL because that's the main sport that's going on right now, and that's the anticipated stuff. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and dive into the NFL.
Before we get to that, we always want to do like a little cold open just to get the show rolling. I do have something. It's nothing related to anything that's on the docket. I kind of want to just put it out there. Happened to me the other day. It's fast food related. I don't know if you've ever gone through this, Abe. I was at a McDonald's, hadn't been there in a long time. Got through the drive-thru, got my order, or made my order.
Right.
And I get to the window, and they're like, hey, can you just, head out to number 6, and we'll bring it out to you. I'm like, cool. I never have a problem with that. I'm never in a rush or anything.
Right.
But I'm always like, and this happened to me a couple of times, where it's like they make you wait, so you're thinking the food's going to be even more fresh.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Fries will be nice and crisp, salty, not all hard and brown and all that stuff. And I get home, I get my order, and it's like the fries are just not, fresh or anything. And it's
they taste old.
It's like, what's the point of making me wait then? Like, I get it I'm very suspicious when they give it to you right away. It's like, okay, how long did you have that sitting?
Yeah.
We worked at the movie theaters, popcorn does get stale, ladies and gentlemen. It does get, not where it's not edible, but you can tell it's been there for a while. Same thing for hot dogs. Like the buns will get super soggy and moist.
Kind of hard towards the end.
Yeah, so I had a little beef with McDonald's because of that. But has that ever happened to you?
It has. It has.
It's frustrating, man.
And they do that because they want to keep their drive-through times down. And it's like, so that's why they do that, because I remember, I worked for them decades ago.
No shade to anybody that works there. Yeah. I have friends that work in the fast food industry.
But it's because that their area managers are always like, hey, we need to have this, like, I think at that time it was like under like a minute 30 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you had to get them like going, because if not, then you're making them wait. Well, why are you making them wait so long?
Is that the equivalent of obviously when we worked at the theaters, we had those red tickets whenever the food was coming up.
Right.
Is it the equivalent of that? Like, we don't want it to reach a certain
you don't
time
want it,
limit?
Yep, you don't want it to,
Gotcha.
So,
I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah.
I was a little frustrated by that. But let's get on to the show, man.
Yeah, all right. So football, NFL, week 1 is in the wraps. We started with Thursday with the Cowboys and the Eagles, then Friday with the Chiefs and Chargers, and then we got a full-blown Sunday. So I know we're not going to talk all the games, but one of the ones that I want to talk about is the Cowboys and the Eagles.
When do you not ever want to talk about the Cowboys? You're predictable.
Look.
But for once, I'll give you this week, because I'll say flat out, that was one of the stories of this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Because they were actually pretty impressive. They weren't as bad as, granted, week 1 is always a liar, but still, like, to see them be pretty competent enough. No dumb penalties. That was usually a staple of McCarthy. It's like, do you have your team in order? And we can't say the same for Sirianni and the Eagles, who were just completely out of whack ever since the Jalen Carter situation. We don't have to deep dive into that. No. Everybody knows that ad nauseum. But yeah, I was impressed with the Cowboys. And that's why, and we'll get to it in just a bit, their game is one of my games of the week in our top 3.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a back and forth. Dak came in there and it was offense, because we knew it had to be offense because of no Micah, because the defense is just like, okay. But yeah, it's just, I honestly, I think this game, with that Miles Sanders fumble and then with the CD drops, I kind of feel like the Cowboys should have won the game, but overall it was good. And I think it was you that had told me that, Jalen Hurts, like, you're just not going to stop him, because, if you double up on Saquon, they did a really good job at keeping the 2 receivers on lockdown. Yeah. But then that just opens up Saquon or Jalen Hurts, and in this case, Jalen Hurts. So,
hot take, is he a better dual threat right now than Lamar? because Jalen can chuck it, man. He can throw it down the field. I'm not saying Lamar can't, but I mean, who would you trust more in that situation?
Jalen, because Jalen has a cannon. Mm-hmm. He's got an arm. I mean, Lamar does as well, but Philadelphia was smart enough to equip him with two receivers and a tight end. And I've asked you this, or I've told you this, like I think it was last week, where I was like, well, the Ravens, they still can't get Lamar like a one on the receiver. Like, yeah, I mean, you have Derrick Henry, but he's 31.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but he can chuck it too, but it's just sometimes he overthrows. But I'm going to go with Jalen. So overall in that game, Robert, I mean, you watched it right up until maybe like the lights out, or did you watch it fully?
I watched it.
You watched
dude,
fully?
Come on. You're not going to catch me like just catching a bit of the game. No, I'm a full on. I'll stay and watch even a little bit of the after show. But yeah, I mean, obviously the delay didn't help, and you know, everybody was out of rhythm. But I mean, again, I was just most impressed with, you know, I'm not going to say Schottenheimer's like the guy, but not a bad start.
After, and you know what, I didn't tell you this, but after we do this, and it's not really a big deal. I just want to know what you would do with this team. But after that, any other games or what? I know you want to talk about Bills Ravens, right? Is that?
I mean, I knew what to expect from that type. It was going to be like one of those you score, I score, who's going to get the ball at the end. I mean, obviously it was a little bit of a crazier comeback from Josh Allen and the Bills, but it wasn't anything like we haven't seen before from these kind of quarterbacks. So I'm a little bit concerned about the Bills secondary.
Yeah.
Ravens not being able to finish it out. That's a bit concerning.
Jeez.
But as far as the game, there's not really much else. I mean, it is what it is. I would say right now, you know, this is probably a preview of the AFC title game. Yeah. I mean, I would say it might still be too early. You never know, injuries or stuff like that. But definitely those two teams are going to be there in January, February. So I'm not worried about them.
Bengals and the Browns. I think I saw on Instagram a post where the Bengals were minus 18 yards in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they couldn't get anything going.
They couldn't get nothing going, right?
And then Joe Burrow took like a nasty shot. I don't know what quarter it was, but you know, I mean, in the NFL, a win is a win is a win. But I was kind of expecting more of a stronger start from them. But I guess credit to the Browns defense, which we all know they're competent because they got Myles Garrett there as the leader. But that was one of my games last week. Was kind of hoping for a stronger start, but you know, they got the W in the end, so that's good for them.
Bucks Falcons, what a game, man!
That was a good game.
Look, Egbuka, that guy. Oh my gosh, man! And then you have, you know, Mike Evans, and then when you get you have Chris Godwin playing, but I think once he gets to that 100%, look out, man.
Shout out to everybody in the Expendables League. Y'all were fools to not draft him, and I drafted 9th, so I was the only smart one that picked him up. So
yeah, and I like that. I wanted to get him. Any other games, Robert, that kind of
just quick little bites that I want to go through. Impressed with Aaron Rodgers.
Again, there you go.
I want him to have a good season, and this is a good start to it. Yeah. Yes, it was a back and forth, but 4 touchdowns. Yeah. You know, he looks into it. He's, you know, fired up. Maybe this will get him to play even better.
Yep.
The defense was a little concerning, but I think Tomlin will get that in shape.
Right.
I was also impressed with Green Bay, the way they just dominated the Lions.
Yeah.
And again, I told you, coordinators matter. The Lions looked completely out of sync.
God, but
I'm sure they're going to get it together, but you could totally tell a difference night and day from last season.
Went from Ben Johnson being there and then not being there. Yeah.
Totally. But Green Bay, I would say, if we're going to do hot takes, right, like they're the most complete team in the NFC right now. So.
Right.
And I know Micah's getting a lot of the credit, but it was a lot of the other players on that defense. They're young and scrappy. Love was making a lot of good plays. They extended Watson this week. They're on a good trajectory right now.
Your boy JJ over in Minnesota. That was that
was a disgusting game until the fourth quarter when he turned it around.
Yeah,
I'm not scared of the Bears, dude. Caleb Williams was just terrible.
Well, he looked okay, like in the first quarter,
and then it was scripted.
Yeah, but then after that, like he's like not even they didn't reach the receiver. Like he was just like short on the passes, and then I was like, what the hell?
I posted this on Facebook. I'm like, is Caleb Williams the most babied quarterback in terms of like, you know, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were just kind of like covering for him, like, oh man, look at him, he completed that 5-yard pass. Like, dude, like if you're a QB in the National Football League, you should be making those throws. But yeah, no. But JJ McCarthy, man, if if he was just shaking off the jitters and like, this is what we're going to get going forward, Minnesota's got a good chance in that division. Hot take, Minnesota, Green Bay right now are the first top two. I mean, Detroit, if they can't get it together, Minnesota could get right back up there. And that was without Addison also. So he's got another weapon. How many games is he out?
4.
But once he gets back, the same thing like Tampa. It's like he's going to have a, boatload of riches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. We don't have to spend too long on this one, but the Miami Dolphins, man, like, are you trying to like piece off and trade?
Yeah, Tyreek will be gone. That coach is probably not going to make it to the halfway point. You could tell he's even out of it. I think there was a quote from him. I don't know if it was post game or before the game, but he was like, "Hey, we all die at some point," meaning like, it had something to do with his job security. So I think he's expecting it too, and that guy's going to land a job regardless. It may not be a head coaching again, but somebody's going to want that offensive mind of his. So somebody will take.
He's from the Shanahan, right? Yeah. So I mean,
what else? I mean, there wasn't really any clunkers or any bad games. I mean, Miami got
Miami just got destroyed.
That might have been the only one, but all the other games were pretty, and they also weren't as high scoring either. So
they weren't.
So there was good defense being played, and obviously the offensive players don't play in preseason, so they're gonna have to gel a bit for a couple of weeks. This is really the real preseason in all of September. Once we get to October, we'll start seeing teams emerge. But yeah, overall fun weekend.
Chargers and the Chiefs. Did you catch a couple of? That was
the
good.
Chargers grew up. Justin Herbert.
Yes.
That play at the end that he makes to seal it. That's something that he doesn't do in past seasons. And Chiefs get lucky and get the ball or get a turnover or something like that, and they look completely out of sync. And it's amazing how the media still has them like in the top 10 in their power rankings. Like they had them in most. Even Tom Brady. Come on, Brady. He had them ahead of the Bucks. How do you how
Brady?
Come on,
what in the world?
Even Colin Cowherd has them above the Bucks.
I saw this one where it was it was in reference to Swift and Kelsey and she's like, oh my gosh, they drafted Xavier Worthy, and then there's Kelsey making like a face, and then he takes him out of the game. I saw that though. I was like, ooh man, that was brutal, but. It is what it is. But that was a good game, too. I mean, that one wasn't too bad.
It was fun. Yeah. Good broadcast. Nothing to complain about.
Was that the one that I told you where it was Iron Eagle and...
No, that was Rich Eisen. And Kurt Warner. They're usually the ones that are going to do like those weird network games, like the international
ones and all that.
I don't know who they have for the Netflix games. I forgot who broadcasted those last year, but I'm assuming they're going to get someone like a Rich Eisen or something like that.
Was it? No, it wasn't Romo. I don't remember, but it was somebody...
But I think that's all I have for week 1. I mean, those were the big standouts.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like I said, some of these games were good. And then there was that one flopper from Miami, but
actually one more. Denver defensively did look good, but other than that, they did not look good. Bo Nix played terribly.
Bo Nix I saw
2
that.
picks. Sean Payton called a stupid play. That gave Tennessee good field position because Tennessee was like close that entire game. So Cam Ward, he didn't look too bad. He was a little overwhelmed, but he was not as, I think he played better than Caleb Williams. I'll tell you that much.
I think he's going to have a better season than Caleb Williams. I don't know. I think the Bears are just kind of cursed when it comes to, I don't know. Or maybe they're just not drafting right. I don't know. Okay. Because Caleb went 1, right? It was 1 and then it was Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, and there was an expose that came out about him. It was covered on The Herd, and it did not paint Caleb in a good light from last season. Like kind of like a lot of that entitlement and not listening to coaches, stuff like that. Him wanting to do stuff his way, and it's like if he doesn't get it together quick, I know Ben Johnson's not going to stand for it. He's not going to be a pushover. Like, I mean, there was reports of him like even scolding Caleb, for not making like the right throws and stuff like that. So. It's not going to be easy for Caleb.
So they're not gonna release him, but they'll bench him. You think, right? So that way he kind of like.
I mean, if it comes down to it, if he's not running the playbook, Ben Johnson's not going to bend the knee and simplify the offense for him. Like get it together, dude, or you will be benched and we'll put in the next guy up.
Well, because this is what year 2. Yeah. So I mean, okay. All right. Well, that was a good recap of week 1. Now we're going into week 2. Tonight's starts it off with the Commanders versus the Packers. Robert and I, we both have our 3 games that we.
And this is one of them.
This is going to be one of them for you.
So I guess we can start with that one, right?
Yeah, go ahead and let's go with yours.
Yeah, Commanders, Packers. Commanders coming off a win against the Giants. Didn't look. It wasn't too crazy of a game. I think they won like 21-6 or something like that. I'm expecting the Green Bay defense to give Jaden some rough time here. I think Green Bay's at home.
Right.
But this Packers team, if they played anything like Sunday against the Lions, they're going to be in good position. We'll see what how the defense of Washington reacts to Jordan Love and his crew.
Right.
But I'm going to go with Green Bay on this one. They're at home, and I think they look like the most well-gelled team. I know I bragged about Baltimore and Buffalo being like on my top 2 power rankings, but those 2 teams are on a different level. But because of the superstar QBs that they have.
Yeah.
But as far as like complete team, Green Bay, I would give them the edge, and I'm going to go with them in the victory.
Okay, not bad.
Who do you got?
Commanders, I think Jaden Daniels is the better quarterback than Jalen Love.
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love. I'm going to go with the Commanders. I know Micah's on here, but Jaden Daniels can move out of the pocket. He can run. Mm-hmm. He can also kind of trick you and throw it. I still like Terry McLaurin. They do have, their defense. I mean, Dan Quinn's the mastermind behind that defense as well in Washington.
They're also the oldest team in the NFL.
Yes, that's true. But they have your boy, what's his name? Von Miller.
My boy.
You're pounding your chest.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, they signed him. Anyway, I'm going to go Commanders here because, I mean, like I said, I like Jaden Daniels. Mm-hmm. I think he can scramble a lot more than Jared Goff.
But it's going to take more than scrambling.
Well, yeah, but I think he can get away, and I mean,
we'll see.
It'll hold up.
That Green Bay defense flies
well,
around.
Well, that's true, but they also did trade for Laramie Tunsil. I mean, he's a good offensive guy, so I think it might work out. So I'm going to go Commanders on this one.
I think it's going to be also like low scoring. I could see like a 2014 type game. It's not going to be like in the 30s.
No. You want to do like bounce off, or you just want to do all yours, or what?
No, we can bounce off. What's your game? What's your name?
So mine's going to be the Steelers versus the Seahawks.
Okay.
This is going to be the continuation. Can Brett Favre? Can Aaron Rodgers go into Seattle? What did you think of Darnold week 1?
I mean, he's fine. He's going to be okay in that offense with McDonald. I mean, obviously, it was a turnover that turned that game.
Right.
Same thing with Buffalo, Baltimore. It's it comes down to who wins the turnover battle, and usually 99% of the time, whoever the team that has the most is going to lose. So he's going to be all right.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers here. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna get it. I like his connections with Calvin, Austin, and Metcalf and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I expect the Steelers defense to play a lot better, and I'm sure Tomlin gave a good speech about like, hey man, we got to tighten up. So expect a better game from TJ Watt and that crew.
Right.
And I expect Rodgers to just ride that momentum. He's got to. This may be a situation where he's going to be good early, and then as the season goes, the age is going to show. But while you're hot, might as well run that momentum. I'll go with Pittsburgh as well, even though I think Seattle will be a bit feisty.
Okay. And then your next game is the Lions and the Bears.
Ben Johnson returning to face his old team this early.
Real quick, Amon-Ra St. Brown said that they're going to boo Ben Johnson.
Well, yeah, he's not playing. I mean, when Tom Brady came back to New England, like, yeah, they cheered him as he made his entrance, but once the game started, like, they turned on him quick. Like, that's just how it goes in sports. They're not gonna, why are you going to cheer on your former coach? Like, at the end of the day, you want your team to win. Detroit's going to have a bounce back game. I just don't trust Caleb Williams in that offense. Jared Goff has still got his players, so he'll still make, it was the worst that it could be on Sunday for them in terms of starting out strong. So they can only go up from here. I'm picking Detroit. Ben Johnson, I think he's going to try, or maybe not try some stuff, because if Caleb Williams can run that offense, he'll be good off the script. But once you get into that third, fourth quarter, when you got to Detroit's going to make defensive changes once we get into the half, and they'll make adjustments. So can Caleb overcome that? And I think Detroit's still a top defense. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to go with the Lions because I don't think the Bears defense. I mean, it's okay, but it's not anything that's going to make off bit like the Packers. So I'm going to go with the Lions as well on this one.
Okay.
My next one is going to be the Chargers versus the Raiders.
Okay.
Raiders are coming off a win, so are the Chargers. This is in Vegas, so I'm going to go with the Chargers because I actually like how they looked Friday night against the Chiefs. And I know the Raiders, they're coming off that win, but it was against the Pats.
Hey, man.
But I'm going to
give the Raiders credit, man.
Yeah.
Geno Smith looked real. We didn't talk about that, but that should have been one of my leading points also. Geno Smith over 300 yards passing against the Pats, which they have a pretty decent defense. I know they didn't have Christian Gonzalez, but I was really impressed with the Raiders. And, even when Bowers got injured, Geno was still making plays.
Yeah.
So I like this to be another one of those scrappy games where it may not be an easy win here for the Chargers. I think I'm going to pick the Raiders until they lose because I really liked what I saw from them on Sunday, even though it was at the expense of my Patriots. But Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, they're going to have something for that defense. It was also kind of interesting that Keenan Allen was like their top receiver.
Yeah.
So that was kind of concerning. That guy is like way past his prime, but he was your top receiver.
He was your top.
That's that should be concerning for Chargers fans, but still props to Keenan Allen for making those plays.
Yeah, not bad. I mean,
but yeah, I'm going with the Raiders.
All right, nice. And I'm going Chargers. Okay. So now your game is the Cowboys versus the Giants.
Yes. As I mentioned, I want to see if Dallas keeps it up in terms of like no penalties, playing really good football. Obviously, your playmakers got to make those plays. So if Dak continues to play the way that he does and CD makes those catches, Pickens, I think he's put it out there that if he's not getting targets, he's going to find ways to get attention on himself.
Yeah.
And you saw that stupid penalty that he had. So, and he's admitted that. So I'm not something that's making it up or trying to be a hater. Like he's said that in a publication somewhere. Russell Wilson was terrible.
He was bad.
Malik Neighbors, you could tell was frustrated.
Yeah.
And I know he has since come out and said, I got to watch my demeanor, but this could go south for Russell Wilson real quick, and we could see Jackson Dart sooner rather than later, maybe even in this game. So if the Cowboys go up like 21-3 again, you may see it like a quarterback change quick. And I'm expecting that. I'm expecting the Cowboys here to win, but they might be facing a better defense than last week because the Eagles did not have Jalen Carter,
right? And
that was to their benefit. Now, would Dak have had the same type of game if Jalen Carter was there? I don't know. He's a good pass disruptor. So.
Yeah.
We'll see. Again, I'm curious about that matchup, that New York G-men up against the Cowboys offense.
Yeah,
but I'm picking Dallas.
If this was last year, I would have said the Giants. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys just because of what I saw in week 1. I was like, damn, okay.
Because you're a Mark and a Homer.
No, I'm a realist fan. I'm going to go with the Cowboys because I like what I saw from Whack Dak, and hopefully he can continue that this week going into week 2. I just don't trust the Giants. I think Russell Wilson, I think that's it. Like, he's not the Wilson of Seattle. So, yeah, I mean, and you could be right. I mean, we could be seeing Knicks here either in this game or the next one. But, yeah, I'm going Cowboys here. I really don't have much to say on that one.
Shocker.
Nah,
I'm just so shocked.
Let's just hopefully we get a bounce back from CD. And anyway, the fact that you picked the Cowboys.
You like that? You like that? I'm the honesty broker here, man. I gave the Cowboys their props. I'm unbiased.
See, well, that's good. That's good. I mean, new show, new you. I mean, I get it.
That's right.
I like it. I'm giving you your props anyway. Right. So your game or my game? I'm sorry. My last game would be the Chargers versus the.
Which we already talked about.
The Eagles versus the Chiefs.
Okay.
So this is the Super Bowl matchup. This is in Arrowhead Stadium.
Yep.
So,
and the Eagles are favored.
They are. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles winning this one. I mean, like I said, I like Jalen Hurts. The AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are going to bounce back. I mean, they're going to get some catches here. The Chiefs, I just don't know. I mean, they're kind of relying like on the old like.
Who scares you right now in the Chiefs? Because even Mahomes is just not playing.
He's not
playing. He's not, and he doesn't have that deep ball.
No.
So I don't know who's that deep threat. Freaking
Juju Smith? No. No.
Their run game doesn't scare me. All they have is Kelsey, but how much of that can you sustain throughout the season?
I mean, you take him out and there's just nothing. I mean, Pacheco doesn't look like Pacheco of last year, so I don't know. That's why I'm going with the Eagles on this one. I'm going to go with the Eagles winning this one.
I'm looking for heavy ref helpage. I don't like to be that guy, but it's like, it happened against my Bucks, man. God, the Falcons, man. They were getting help on their final drive, man. It took up like a chunk of that fourth quarter. I hate to go back to week 1, but you're blatantly seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Chiefs at home, watch them get a little bit of help on that side of the ball. Like they'll get more calls, but I'm still picking Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Luckily Jalen Carter's going to play. He served his 1-game suspension during the Cowboys thing. He's only fined. He got the game suspension, but they're counting week 1 as the game
suspension.
Yeah. So he'll be back. That defense will be ready to roll. I think Sirianni, he should have a better, kind of to the vest, keep things tightly with that defense. And I'm not worried about the offense. Even the whole A.J. Brown thing that people are making a big deal out of, like that he wasn't targeted. The games are going to be different.
It happens.
I like Colin, but he was already like calling, watch the Eagles get rid of A.J. Brown because they didn't target him in freaking week 1. Like the guy's got a Super Bowl ring. He doesn't want to leave. That's a good team.
And he didn't look frustrated, so it's fine. It happens like in the NFL. So, all right, good games there. The 3 games from you and I. Now we're going to head into week 2 of the rest of the matchups. Heading into the new games. So this one's going to be on CBS. It's the Rams versus the Titans. I'm not going to really go too much into this one. I'm going to go Rams on this one. I think Cam Ward, he's still learning. I think he'll get it eventually, but I like Stafford in this one.
He's facing another tough defense in the Rams. We saw that low-scoring game with the Texans. It was like they won 14-9, so that was a defensive struggle.
Right.
So this is not good for Cam Ward. He's going to have another one of those games where he's running for his life and making those mistakes, and then he gets sacked and loses like 10, 15 yards. Yeah. So, I'm going with the Rams here.
Nice. The next game is also on CBS, a noon game. It's going to be the Jaguars versus the Bengals. I didn't hear too much of Travis Hunter. I mean, I guess he did okay. I mean, I had him in one of my fantasy leagues. He got 5 catches or something like that. Bengals are playing at home. I'm going to go Bengals on this one just because I don't trust the Jaguars yet. And plus they have...
You already know my gimmick. Bengals just because Joe Burrow, but also mainly because I don't wish any success for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sorry, Trevor. Sorry.
What's the coach's name again? What's his
Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen. Yeah.
So screw that guy. Hopefully the Bengals, they'll be able to put more points here. Yeah. So I'll look for a 30-20 type game.
Yeah, I hear you. Next game, this one is going to be also a noon game. It's going to be the Browns versus the Ravens. I think this is easy. The Ravens. It'll be a bounce back for them. They're playing at home as well, so I'm going the Ravens here.
They went pretty hard against the Bills. Watch this be a little closer than what you think. So I'm still thinking Lamar and them pull it out, but don't think that they're just going to smash the Browns. Like usually when they play, we take the AFC North for granted. Like those games are usually all pretty good and tightly played. So just keep an eye on that one.
You're going Ravens?
Baltimore will win, but just watch out.
Okay. All right. Next game is another noon game as well. It's the Bills versus the Jets. What's the guy's name in Jets?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I mean, he had a decent game against the Steelers.
Decent game. He played awesome. What are you talking about?
He's decent to me, and he doesn't get any better with the Bills defense. I'm going Bills here.
Bills will win, but I think Aaron Glenn will have a good defensive game plan here. I don't think, unless the Bills just go all out again, but they can't rely on Josh Allen the whole time. They got to distribute the ball a little better, and it can't just be all on his shoulders the whole time. So expect a good game from James Cook. Get the receivers in there. Let's get the tight ends. Spread it around, but Buffalo.
Nice. We're all in the Buffalo train. All right. Next one this will be real quick. The Pats versus the Dolphins is a new game as well. I'm going to go Pats here because the Dolphins just lost.
Pats.
Next game, it's still a new game on Fox now. It's going to be the Niners versus the Saints. And Brock Purdy is out. He's out for 2.
Mac Jones, baby, he's back.
Oh, is that the Niners backup? Oh, Robert Jones. I'm going to go Saints here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go Saints.
Well, they actually played Arizona not too
They
bad.
did, not too bad. But don't forget that they're out. Kittle's out.
Right.
Ayuk is out. And McCaffrey, didn't he get a little banged up or something like that?
No, he's fine.
Well, yeah. So now you're just going to rely on him because I don't even think Jawan Jennings is playing as well. I think he's hurt.
Interesting. I still got to go Niners.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean,
yeah, different. Hey, if this was me last year in another pod, I would be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
But hey, you know what?
You never know.
You never know. Next game, this is, we already talked about that one. Sorry. And we talked about that one. Here we go. 3:05, 3:00 game. Broncos versus the Colts. Let's see if Knicks can pick it up. I mean, Daniel Jones he played against Miami.
Against nobody.
He played against Miami.
He's going to get swarmed by that Denver defense.
Yeah, they call him PS2, Patrick Surtain II. I'm going to go Broncos here.
Yeah, Broncos, the Colts, they want to brag about how good they look, but week one's a liar. You'll see the real Colts here.
Right.
But Bo Nix has got to play better.
Yeah, he has to. Another 3:00 game is the Panthers versus the Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here. I didn't like how the Panthers looked against the Jags, so I'm going to go Cardinals.
Yeah, I think Kyler's the move early on, so he's got all that energy and pep. So yeah, I'll go Arizona.
All right. This is going to be the 7:00 game Sunday night on NBC. It's the Falcons versus the Vikings. If JJ can get it going pretty early on, then I think the Vikings can win it. But I like the Falcons here on this one. I like Michael Penix. I like Bijan. I like, I'm going to go Falcons here.
Penix is going to face he faced a good defense in the Buccaneers, but I think the best defense right now is Brian Flores and the Minnesota team.
I do. I'm going to stick with it.
They're going to come up with a good game plan here. And if JJ builds on that confidence, if he comes in with that swagger, I feel like this is going to be the guy where it's like kind of like early Mahomes, I'm not going to say he's going to be like that type of talent, but like, he's got that cool swagger to him and, and he's about to have a kid. So he's going to build off of that. So congratulations to him and his wife or fiance, whatever she is.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Okay.
You just got to build off that.
Okay, not bad. All right. So we got a double header on Monday Night Football, but we already talked about one of those games. So the only one left is your Bucks versus the Texans.
Tough spot here for Baker, who has admitted that he doesn't like night games. So that's interesting. And he hasn't really particularly played well in the night games. And the Houston defense is pretty solid. So he might have some struggles, but the Bucks defense is no joke either. So it could be a defensive struggle. This could be another like low scoring game, but I got to ride with the Bucks, man. Baker, he's got Ibuka now and Evans, and Ibuka just looks like, man, he's not fazed by anything. He's already, he looks like an all pro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like incredible.
If Tank Dell and Mixon were playing, I'd probably go maybe leaning towards the Texans just because they're better. But they're not, so I'm going to go with the Buccaneers here just because of Mike Evans and Ibuka and
could be an ugly game though.
Still running back. Well, I have him on most of my leagues except for when you got him,
Bucky
Irving. Yeah, so I like the Bucks here. I'm going to go with the Bucks on this one.
I do like them, but it's going to be an ugly game. I feel it.
Did you pick the Bucks?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's going to be it for week 2 of the NFL. You got mine and Robert's 3 games that stand out. Like I said, we don't have any college. Before we go on to your little side notes that you have, we have our game of the week, or the matchup of the week.
For fantasy?
It's fantasy. Now we're talking fantasy, folks.
I know this is your Super Bowl, so go all in. Talk about how you need this win.
This is
He's probably going to end up beating me, folks. He's projected to win, but the games have got to play out. But
this isn't my Super Bowl. This is just classic Palace versus Abe matchups.
Yeah, but
it's been since 2018.
But you're hindering your whole you're hedging your bets on this whole
Well, hey.
you think you're gonna get in my head if you beat me in the regular season, doesn't matter.
The stats for your season, the season record versus you and me playing is
it doesn't matter.
Is 5 and what did I say 5 and 10?
All I care about is the trophy case. See, if that were the case, Abe, with as dominant as you are in the regular season, we're still split. That's what I'm saying.
It's split.
But you'd be 2-0 against me in championship games. But yet it's not.
It's like me with my MVPs. Like I've got 9 to your 2, and it's just like, hey, you know what?
And yet we still have the same amount of championships. It took me less.
But the regular season, it also counts as well. It counts as well.
I guess.
Yeah,
because you're not used to winning championships like I am.
Listen up, folks. Next week we'll say
it's okay, and I'm going to let him. If he wins, he can brag about it all he wants. But then again, I'm 1-0 already. He needs a victory. He's 0-1. He lost his matchup to the defending champion, champion.
That's
by the way.
That's all right. That's all right. You know, hey, stuff happens. It's week 1. People in the NFL, like anything happens. Anything happens. My team will bounce back. Anyway, so that's going to be a good matchup for this week, folks, on our fantasy pickups. If you don't have them, go get Calvin Austin. Go and get you the Raiders defense. I mean, I'm sorry, not the Raiders, the Cardinals defense. Yeah, you're smirking over there, but watch, huh? What do you have any takes on fantasy?
Geno Smith's a good pickup.
Yeah, that's a good pickup.
JJ McCarthy's also could be a good pickup.
Right.
Defense wise, I don't know.
Now, do you look at it a bit? Do you have any like receivers? I mean, I know I mentioned Calvin Austin, but Egbuka's not going to be there. He's picked up in most everything. I
don't know if he's still available, but Hunter Henry's a good tight end pickup from New England because Drake May was going to him a lot. Like that's like his little blanket kind of. So
is Jonnu Smith still there? Because I remember
no, he's not. I don't know what he's on a team.
Yeah,
he's
on a
team.
Okay, I thought it was still the duel of Hunter Henry. Okay.
No.
All right, nice stuff. Okay, so moving on from that, folks, that's our fantasy talk and our week 2 talk. Now we're gonna go into a little bit presented by Robert. You've got a couple of things that you want to mention on here.
Yes, I wanted to talk about a couple of trailers, folks. The first one dropped yesterday. What's that?
The Canelo.
Oh, yeah. So sticking with sports real quick before we get into movies. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I'm excited about a lot of these things. The Canelo Crawford fight is this weekend, Abe, on Netflix. This, I believe, will be the second big boxing event on Netflix. I don't know if you watched the Tyson-Paul one.
That's why I got Netflix.
There was all those problems, and obviously the fight was whatever. But this one is being heavily promoted on my WWE television because it's also in partnership with TKO. So there's a lot of heavy marketing from the wrestlers and stuff. So that's why it's on my radar. But I enjoy a good Canelo fight, and I will be watching this because I think it's going to be a good fight. What do you think? I don't know much about that other fighter, but obviously I'm Team Canelo. So
yeah, I don't know much about the other fighter, but yeah, I'm going to go with Canelo as well.
But I just want a good fight. Even if Canelo does lose, I hope it's just a good fight. You know, I think it's been a long time since we've seen a really good boxing matchup.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So I mean, I'm going to go with Canelo on this one. Yeah, gotta go Canelo.
Yeah, folks. If you have Netflix, it'll be on there Saturday night.
Hopefully, no buffering.
Hopefully, no. Because the Mike Tyson thing was just on another level, so I don't think they're gonna have those problems. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't have much to say on it, but it's nice to have boxing still. I wish it was still as big, but
yeah, I mean,
when we do get the matchups, we do got to celebrate them a little bit.
Hey, folks, this is a new show, so we talk about anything. And I know you want to talk about Wemby practicing with the
I'm sorry, there's so much stuff to talk about, folks. Yes, so I was reading up this week that Wemby, we all know in the offseason he was, we're still in the offseason, but didn't he go work with Buddhists or something like that?
Yes.
Did he also work with Kevin Garnett? Did I read?
Yep, Kevin Garnett as well.
So the next step is that he's working out with Akeem Olajuwon, one of the most legendary players in the NFL in the NBA. Mm-hmm. I think this is good. He's taking the right steps. He's taking from these veterans and learning more about the game. I think this is good instead of hearing about people like LeBron dealing with contracts or whatever it is, or the fucking Kawhi Leonard situation, which I need to read up more on that. We can talk about that next week. Yeah. We can go in depth on that, but just bullshit like that. But Wemby's doing everything the right way, the way all players should, young players should, looking up to these veterans. I don't know. What do you think about this story?
I think it's great, man. I think that's really good. I saw that post where I saw a post of Wemby practicing with Olajuwon, and someone said, "Watch out, this is going to be scary. Like this kid's going to be something this year." And man, you know what, Robert? So it's been like a few years since the Spurs have had any kind of thing since Ginobili and all them, right? Mm-hmm. And now with the addition of Fox, and then with I don't know, Dylan Harper, like, man, and Stephen Castle. Mm-hmm. This is really good. Like, I'm really excited to see these young players, and then especially Wemby doing all what he's doing. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I think this is good.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. I know it's not a huge story, but it's about the Spurs. That's our team. So it's always exciting when players are heading in the right direction and you're not hearing drama or nonsense. This is the stuff you want to hear as a fan, like stuff like this.
Right. And then just a little bit of baseball talk, just because we're heading into the hunt for October, and the Rangers are 2 games back of the AL.
Who are the top teams right now?
Right
on
now,
both sides of it.
Right now, it's Houston. I mean, you got Houston, and then you have
they're still in the mix.
Yeah, Houston's leading the AL West right now.
Okay,
they're 2 games ahead. And then for the NL, I believe it's
is the Dodgers still in the mix?
Yes,
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, Dodgers are still in the mix. They're still powerhouse. So yeah, the Dodgers. So it's Dodgers, and you got what did I say? Astros.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the Rangers are 2 back for the West, and 1 back for the wild card. So for a playoff spot.
We should be starting soon, right? With those wild card games.
It's going to start pretty soon.
So I gotta start revving up that engine for those channels to check out those games.
Yeah, so we'll start going up. But other than that, that's going to wrap it up for the sports talk for our show this week. And now we're going to head into movie section. We don't really have a lot. I know Robert has a few things. I have a few things, and then we're going to we're going to lead it with our Conjuring preview. So you want to do your little side notes? Or?
Yeah. So sorry, folks. Now we can get to the movie side of things. There's just a lot of stuff going on, which I love because it just gives us more content to talk about. So 2 trailers that I want to talk about that dropped. First one dropped yesterday, starring Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Those are my boys. I mean, I ride or die for those guys. Anything that they're in, I want to check out, especially when they're in movies together.
That's basically you and I, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's called The Rip.
Right.
It's from director Joe Carnahan. Does like these action, gritty thrillers, corrupt cops, who to trust, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon playing cops. Do they trust each other? This is going to be fucking awesome. I wish it was a theater release. Maybe it'll get a limited release, but this is coming out in January on Netflix. Did you watch the trailer, Abe?
I haven't yet.
I do highly recommend you watch it. I think you'll get pumped, and this will be one of the movies for sure that we'll be talking about on this show. The Rip, coming in January.
I'm gonna have to get Netflix again too, because I gotta watch that.
Yeah,
I definitely gotta watch that. I like Ben Affleck. I love him. You want to talk about the Christie trailer?
Yes, that dropped today, starring Sydney Sweeney. She plays is a real life story of the boxer Christy Martin. Now, the comparisons this movie's getting is to I, Tonya, and that's the movie that Margot Robbie did about the ice skater, where they, she changes her look, so it's not like the glamorous looking Sydney Sweeney that we're used to seeing.
Right.
She has like a different hair color, shorter hair. I think she gained weight for this movie, so there's already talk of Oscar for her. Now, considering all the shit that she got for the American Eagle stuff, which is stupid.
Yeah,
but wouldn't it be great to get back at those haters that she ends up getting nominated for like an Oscar? So I'm really looking forward. I love boxing movies, so even this one kind of takes place. Most of the stuff is off the the sports. It's all about the drama behind the scenes, but if it's a boxing movie, I'm always going to be in regardless. So, have you seen the trailer?
I haven't seen that either. I'm going to need to catch up on that as well.
Yeah, but that one will be a theater release, so I do want to check that one out for sure.
We will. I mean, I did tell you that since this is a movie pod, I'm in on the movies, so that way we can talk about these and all that. So yeah,
just those 2 quick that I wanted to add in there.
Not bad. So real quick, I'm going to give you the top box office for the weekend numbers from September the 5th through the 7th. I'm going to go 6 through 1.
Okay.
6 leading off with The Roses at $2.8 million. Not bad. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Caught Stealing is down to 5.
That dropped huge.
Yeah, because I believe last week when I said those, it was at 2, right?
It was at 2, but it also opened to like 7-8 million.
Right.
The movie costs like $45-50 to produce, so it's gonna have a hard time making back its money.
Yeah, now it's back. Yeah, it's down at 5, 3.2 million. Freakier Fridays at 4.
That's still up there.
Yeah, that's still there at 3. I still haven't seen it. I gotta watch it.
Me too.
3.8 million. Weapons is at 3 with 5.4 million.
That's crazy considering it's also available on digital now.
You can
watch it at home.
Yeah, it is. Weapons was a good movie. Hamilton at number 2.
I had no idea that was getting re-released.
I didn't either. But
the fact that it made money, I'll take
10 million.
Yeah.
So, and then number 1, of course, is The Conjuring Last Rites at 83 million.
I was really surprised at the turnout for this movie.
Yeah.
I think on this show I predicted 45, 50, somewhere around that range. I was thinking.
Right.
83, like wow, like I mean, good job on the marketing. They're promoting this as the last one, quote unquote, is it? But
Well, I saw something that a prequel is in the works.
Television show is in the works. We went to go check this out with Jake on Tuesday, and I was talking to him a little bit about it during the movie. And I'll leave it to when we get to our review. But yeah, 83 million is fantastic. This makes this, Abe, the 7th hit in a row for Warner Brothers that opens at 40 million plus. Right. And this is a studio that everybody was already counting dead in the water because of all the merger, and they're splitting up stuff. And are they still into the movies? The proof is in the pudding, man. They're making all these hits. So.
Yeah, they're making these.
A lot of them were originals. Sinners, F1, Weapons. I know Conjuring's a sequel, but still 83 million is incredible.
You ready to dive into the review? Or
yeah, let's do it. The Conjuring: Last Rites, folks. We checked this out on a discount Tuesday. Pretty decent crowd for a 10 o'clock show that we went to. So again, that goes to show that people are still into this franchise. I believe total in the universe, this is like the 8th movie. I was at Walmart today and I saw like a 7 DVD of all the movies. So I'm assuming this is the 8th one. But you know, we've had Annabelle, The Nun, La Llorona, all that stuff. I wasn't really thrilled with the last installment I mentioned on this show last week, where I thought it was very, very boring and very forgettable. I couldn't even tell you what it was about.
Right.
This one was a complete opposite. It was very entertaining, good scares, a little bit too long. They could have chopped up some stuff, but I want to talk about, you mentioned a prequel in the works, and it's not going to be a movie. It's going to be a series. So, but I don't know if it's a prequel, or I think it's still in the works of what it's going to be. But my guess, they introduce a daughter from the Warrens, which I don't think had ever been mentioned before, because the movie opens with a prologue of her birth. So I think, and I was talking to Jake about this, I think, and why they spent so much time, they introduced the daughter who comes in midway into the movie as an adult, and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of time spent with those two, and I was like, there has to be a reason. And then it clicked. I was like, oh, that show's going to happen. And I don't think it's going to have the Warrens. I think this is the last stand for them as far as like a movie.
Right.
So you figure you got to go young for the television series, and I think these two characters will be the stars of it. Again, this is all speculation and guessing on my part based on the movie, but there was a lot of focus on them. And again, not nice, but like in pretty good action third act with a lot of stuff happening. Gets a little crazy at the end, but like that's the way these movies are. But entertaining for me, 3 out of 4 stars, solid.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5 on the letterbox as well. I know you got a kick out of me getting scared. One of them jump scares got me good.
Yeah.
Like it got me, I was sweating. It got me good. I watched a couple of these. Like I saw The Conjuring, and then I saw The Nun 2, and then I saw La Llorona. And then I was like, okay. But this one, man, it was just like, it was good. Like the jump scares, you know, the little girl with the TV with the well, I don't want to say too much, but anyway, some of the stuff just got me. I was just like, shit, like I was scared coming home. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, that wasn't for me, but there was good staging as far as like setting up the scares. Some of them were dumb, right? Or obviously like where you think it's gonna be, and then it's just a human.
Where with the car went at the end, where I was laughing. Yeah, I was like, so I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But not really too much to complain on this, other than they could have trimmed it a little bit. But overall, solid movie. What was I going to say? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I totally forgot what my point was going to be. But yeah, I mean, Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson are good in these roles. I mean, you know,
classic.
I think it took a little long to get for like, because obviously it's about a family, folks, that's dealing with this entity in their house, and you know, then you have the situation with the Warrens and the daughter and the fiance, because it's pretty much 2 stories going on at the same time.
Right.
And they find, you know, a little bit of spoilers. It does all connect together, and why they, you know, end up meeting each other. It's all connected.
Is it weird for me to say that I kind of wanted a little bit more stuff to happen to that family, like, you know, like just kind of be on them a little bit, and then kind of bring the Warrens in and stuff like that? I mean, you know what I mean? Like maybe because I know there was a part where, you know, well, anyway, I don't want to say too much and spoil, but I felt like there could have been maybe like some more stuff happening, like to each. I know.
Well, there was stuff happening, or do you mean in a graphic sense? Because there was one graphic scene, where it's like, okay, like now we got to get people involved. But I don't know. I thought it was just fine.
Yeah, it was. I mean, maybe it was just me. I don't know. I thought I wanted more.
I remember what the point I wanted to make was my only nitpick with these movies. And this is kind of like gotten away from the first movie, where like the first movie, the demon or whatever, they made it look really scary.
Right
now, they kind of look all the same. Where they got like they kind of look like zombies more, and instead of like demons. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. Where if they kept that real scary, like deformed look, that would probably scare me a little bit more. Which is why I really don't revisit the first one, because that is a little bit too much.
Now I kind of want to.
But these other ones, they all look the same. So the jump scares are there, but it's not a haunting image,
Right.
Because there's 3 entities in this movie, folks, and one of them is like a father figure, and it just it was kind of cheesy. But I mean, it still worked. But the look of it could be a little bit more intimidating.
Could have been more. Yeah, I agree with that one. I mean, overall, like I said, I liked it. It was a good movie.
Yeah,
so
solid. I would watch it again.
I actually would. Maybe 2 or 3 more times. I don't know.
Would I watch so if that television series ends up being about the daughter and the fiance, would you watch or no?
I'm assuming that would be like an HBO.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a streamer. It's not a movie.
Yeah, it's not a movie, right? It's an HBO thing.
But again, that's my guess based on what we saw, and Jake kind of agreed. So I'm like, maybe it is headed that way.
I don't know if I would watch it.
Would you?
Maybe.
Because I think a prequel series on the Warrens, because I know in the prologue you see younger versions of them,
right? And
they did some good casting there. Like, the guy did look like Patrick Wilson. So, if I'd be more interested in a series with the daughter more than I would like a young Warren or whatever. Because I know they did like so many cases, but if they want to be crazy with the TV show and kind of just like fuck with it, and because they don't have to all be true stories. You could do whatever with it, right? Because
I don't know if you know this, but is this going to be like maybe like a 4-part miniseries, or is it?
We don't know.
It's
just been announced. There's nothing like official. Like, what is this going to be? An 8-episode, 10-episode kind of thing? We don't know.
I mean, if it's like 8 episodes, I might be in and watch it. But if it's one of those where it's just like, okay, season 2 coming next year, then no.
It'll just depend on what it is.
Yeah, I think so. Other than that, I mean, that's good. We got another movie coming up next week, right?
I mean, if you're down for it, it's called The Long Walk.
Yeah. Well, I actually I was reading on that, so I'm in.
Based on a Stephen King novel. It's getting really great reviews, and of course, always judge it for yourselves. But the fact that it's getting good buzz, I think it's the highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes for any Stephen King adaptation. So there's a lot of good young actors in it. The premise is, I'm probably going to get it wrong, but obviously it's about these young kids that go for a long walk,
right?
And stuff starts happening. Can they handle it? It was actually pretty good marketing too. They had some screenings for it where people had to walk on a treadmill at a certain speed, and if they couldn't keep up, they were let go out of the screening. So it's some pretty cool tie-ins in marketing.
Okay.
So really interested in it.
I'm assuming Discount Tuesday,
and then we bought our tickets already for One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. I know it's coming at the end of the week, but early word is out on it that it's really, really good, and it's going to be in the Oscar conversation. Steven Spielberg called it insane, so it's going to be one of those movies. Probably not as, in my opinion, not as crazy as Eddington. That movie's just off the rails, but I think this is going to be a really good one. So we secured our tickets for that. I guess in the upcoming weeks we got him. And then I think we're already in the middle of September.
Yeah, and then we lead into October. So I mean, and that'll be
Tron,
for something,
and stuff like that.
Tron and I do want to
Smashing Machine.
Yeah, I do want to do, and then the Good Boy, or what is it? Good Boy. Yeah,
I don't know when it comes out. But
it's October. I'm not too sure if it might be in the beginning if I read it. I don't know. I'll look again, but. You and I still have some planning to do. I want to do something maybe different in October for movies, as far as like, because it's October, it's my favorite time of the season. It's Halloween, and maybe do something where we just watch like these like horror movies and we'll review them or whatever on the pod. And even if they're cheesy or whatever, we just do it just to do it for the audience.
I always enjoy a good movie homework assignment.
Yeah, and like I said, I want to get more into that. I know October we also have wrestling. I hope we're going to that match actually. So I mean, we'll see about that. But anyway, that's for October. That's here now. But right now we're in September. So you have anything else to add, buddy? Before we sign off, or we plug in our socials. We are on Apple, iPod, or iCast,
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Basically anywhere where you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube, or the episodes go on my YouTube channel. You can search Game Time at the Movies. They're not in video format, but if you want to listen to audio version, it's still on there, so you can listen that way.
Yeah, and Robert did tell me that if I do like Apple Podcast, I can probably just have it go, because we do have an Instagram page, folks. We're getting that built up as well. Robert runs the Facebook.
I run the X account.
The X account. I'm sorry.
We're still trying to figure out the Facebook.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. I mean, Robert's got a lot of projects aside, and I know he's got a lot of accounts, so it might be a little bit. But if we can just manage these right now, and then as we progress, we'll figure that Facebook out. But other than that, email will come later on, folks. I do want to get people on the show eventually.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out either by call in or if we have them actually here, because I do have another mic. So
nice.
We are good to go for that. So other than that, I'm good for this week.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We greatly appreciate it. Again, we're on Instagram and X right now at Game Time at the Movies on Instagram, and at Off the Top Rope 39. Because again, I'm using my old podcast show and replacing it with this one, just because I feel like I can put out more content there.
Right. And if anybody wants to reach out, like to Robert or myself, I mean, you could do it on the X account. You can even do it on the IG for now. Like I said, until further we can get everything else going. But all right, buddy.
Good job by you. I'm gonna give you a little bit of applause.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I like it.
Not too much, but all right, folks. This episode will be up for you to listen as soon as possible. Again, Thursday Night Football tonight. Commanders, Packers. Let's see what happens. Gonna be a fun one. So take it easy, guys, and we'll talk to you all next week.